People are going to comment and be like, yeah, but you're home-based. I still woke up. I could have been sleeping. Thank you.
Meet Natasha, the founder of HERCLINIQUE, a woman who turned her love for beauty into a global brand. Creating content and living her best life abroad to build a luxury lash business at home, Natasha is proof that passion can take you anywhere. She's a lash artist, trainer, and entrepreneur with her own lash line, running courses, hosting content days, and teaching the next generation of beauty bosses. Today, she's here to share her journey into what really takes to build your own empire. So stay tuned for today's video to find out exactly how she's done that.
Am I really that much to handle? Breaking these niggas down like a camera. You don't really know you.
Hi everyone, and welcome to the podcast. My name is Olivia, and I'm the owner of O Beauty, where I specialize in waxing. I started this podcast because I felt like there was a huge gap in the market about honest UK-based business conversations, especially within the beauty industry. So much of the content online is American-focused, and while that can be helpful, it doesn't always reflect the realities of starting and running a business here in the UK. This podcast is about real journeys, real numbers, and real challenges and questions people want answered before they invest time, energy into a business. Each episode, I'll be sitting down with a business owner to talk about how they really got started, what they struggled with, what worked, what didn't, and what they'd wish they known earlier. So enjoy. Okay. So for our very first episode, I am joined here by Natasha. She is the founder of HERCLINIQUE. Now, Natasha has built a very successful lash business. She has grown her social media to over 35,000 followers and now offers lash training, celebrity bookings. She has her own product line and educational ebooks. So today we're going to be diving into how she actually did it. We'll be talking about your journey into the beauty industry, what qualifications are needed, the cost of starting, how long it took to become profitable, and just the overall realities of becoming a beautician. So this episode is all about honesty, transparency, and just giving people the realistic picture of what it takes. So let's actually get into it. So, Natasha, thank you so much for coming on the podcast.
You're welcome. My
Thank
pleasure.
you so much. So, for anyone who doesn't know you yet, you're the founder of HERCLINIQUE.
Mm-hmm.
Can you start by telling us a bit about who you are and how you actually got into the beauty industry?
So, as she said, my name is Natasha. I'm the founder of HERCLINIQUE. I've been doing lashes for about 2 years from this present point. The thing that made me really want to get into like running my own business, it wasn't just the beauty industry. I really just wanted to run my own business, earn my own money, work for myself. I really didn't work well with other people telling me what to do. And I can't lie, I was getting fired because one thing about me, you can't tell me what to do. So then I decided, cool, I do have a passion for lashes. I get my lashes done. Let me take a course. So I did procrastinate for a really, really, really long time. And obviously, courses aren't cheap. Courses are around 500 and they can range from 500 to even 1,000. So I had to accumulate that money when I was like, right now I'm 22. So back then I was about 19, 20. So back then, not many 19-year-olds have a lot of money. So I had to accumulate that money to take the course. Now, the course is just the beginning. You also have to buy a product. This is to do with every course.
Yeah.
Regardless of his lashes, nails, hair, you've got to do your course. You've got to then buy your products. You've got to accumulate a clientele. You've got to find a space to work. There's a lot of stuff that goes into starting a business. People just think, oh, you have talent, you're good at it, start a business. Once you start, you're going to realize, like,
Yeah.
hell,
Do you know what's so funny? I think that is a common theme between a lot of beauty, well, within the beauty industry and working for yourself. The common theme of getting fired. I wouldn't get fired, but what I will say is every single job I've had, I can't go back to.
I can't.
It's always
Do you
ended
get it? I
badly.
can't.
It's always ended badly. Literally,
And do you not feel better running your own business,
100%.
working for yourself?
It's got its
Yeah.
stresses, but nothing will beat, for example, when you want to go on holiday and it's just like, all right, cool, just let me know and I'll block it out. There's no annual leave. No, so it's definitely got its pros. And I will say every single job I've had is always had a bad end and I literally could not go back to. But yeah, I was to them, I would be so unprofessional. I was like, my clients, 5 stars across the board.
Of course.
So
you know,
sometimes
I
you
just
have
feel
to do your own thing.
Yeah, it's where you work. the people around you. When you surround people that are for you, you will like go further.
Exactly, because you will have a clientele that's for you.
Yeah.
And well, they're for you. So when how you want to run your business, it follows suit. So, what is the first thing someone should do if they want to start a beauty business?
When you're starting a beauty business or any business, you need to know where you're going to provide that service.
Agreed.
So you need to find a workspace. But one thing about me, I would never recommend getting a space straight away. Because you haven't accumulated a clientele. You are starting up, so you're probably only having maybe 1-2 clients like a week. But I do understand some people do not have the space, so that is even a more difficult time for them.
I can speak on this so passionately. I've never been able to be home based. We don't have the space for it. And I've always had to be in the studio space. I'll even tell you what my first contract was. I had a studio space. My very first one, the landlord wanted a waxer. It was like a nail shop, and there was like the space in the back of the shop. She wanted to hire me as a waxer, but I said, I'm actually quite happy with my job. I just want this to pick up first so I can leave it and go full time. She was like, well, we do want a waxer. How about I offer you this? So the rent was £400. She said, I will give you the rent for $250 if you give me 50% of your profits.
Oh, hell no.
I took it.
No!
I took it for the year. But it was a game plan because I said, you know what? $250 can really truly just come out as a bill out of my paycheck. Let me build my clients here for the year
because you
and dip. At the start of that, I was getting like £40 a month profit. And also in that deal, she was paying for all my
your equipment.
So she bought the wax pot.
That's not bad.
The only thing I bought was the wax because I didn't like the wax she was providing because wax, as you'll know, that it has to be off quality. So she was paying for all the equipment, $250 rent, and 50% of the profits. And I said, I'll take it for the year. The beginning of it, I was making like £40 a month, £80 a month. Literally, you start with nothing.
Yeah, because I can't lie. When I first started, I was using the previous client's money to buy the new trays for the next client.
Exactly. Like you don't get to keep any of it when you first start.
I was only charging what? I was doing up model sets. I was only charging £15.
So it was like I was getting like £40 a month, £80 a month. By the end of that year, there was a time I gave that woman over £1,000, and I said, "It's perfect because it's time for me to go now." Anyway, left, went to a new space. They only wanted rent. Cool.
There we go.
So it's not an ideal thing, and every time I tell people that, they have your reaction,
but you have to listen.
But you have to just think of the bigger picture, like have your plan in place.
And you know what? I totally understand. A lot of people who run a business, all of their journeys are different. But you still
the girlies aren't so lucky to find a space and a deal like that. But what I will say is that if you are starting out and you are looking for those spaces, ideally you would want to have at least the first, second, maybe 2 months rent, 2 to 3 months rent, just to have it there. And remember the deposit as well. It's not right when you go. Rent. Oh my! Let's even talk about this. When you get a studio, it is not just the first month's rent that they're gonna want. They are also going to want 1 to 2 months deposit, and the deposit is whatever the rent is.
That's what I hear. Like a lot of people,
they don't know that.
No,
but they don't have the second.
They don't have the second, and they don't have the third.
To me, and I've been blessed enough to have family help me with that in the past. My current studio now is the only studio that I've actually paid the deposits, the first month, everything. Before that, it was family help. In terms of searching for a studio, my best place is Gumtree. I found 2 out of 3 of my studios.
My only studio that I worked in was from Gumtree.
Gumtree is such an underrated one. And I would say, if you are looking, I know it's so difficult, but have a price range in mind. Look, save around 2 to 3 months of rent. I've never even had to use it. Because when you want to do well and you're almost like in survival mode, like I've got to get clients. When you make it your duty to get clients, I've always gotten rent. I've always gotten rent and supplies. And then, as I said, I was making £40 a month for myself sometimes. So you might not have enough for yourself, but as long as you make that rent and supplies,
I don't know how I do it sometimes. I don't know how I do it sometimes.
It's hard. At
the end of the month, I always make it, but it's like
remember my first month, I had like £19. I was like, mate, like now it's like making more than I was making my last job.
But this is what people don't
Crazy.
show. They
No.
just be like, yeah, start that business and you're gonna make 6 figures.
And
No,
you're going to make
it's
6
not-
figures
it's not like
tomorrow.
that.
No,
It's not like that.
It's extremely difficult.
Mhm.
So, all right, even going into startups. So we kind of talked about how you get started into the industry.
Yeah.
But I want to move on to the side of business that we don't always talk about openly. And I think we kind of touched on it.
Yeah.
Money.
Yeah.
Rough startup costs. How much did it cost you roughly to start up? So we're
Okay,
talking
cool.
beds,
My
lash
lash
trays,
beds
everything.
was £100 and that was on Amazon.
Okay.
Even that, I was like, rah. I was
How
like,
much
oh
did
my
I
God.
spent £60 on mine on buy. I was literally in college library. I was still studying, and in my lunch break, I was on buy on the computers, and I was like, £60. I kid you not. That was literally like, how much wages that I was making? Like, I was working in Nando's. I was making like £9 an hour.
Mm.
So, however much that is, literally
save
the whole
that, yeah.
thing went on the
Honestly.
bed. Guys, the investments. Oh, I'm so glad we're having this conversation.
No, for
Right.
real.
Rough startup cost. Let me not interrupt you. Carry on.
Cool. My lash bed was about £100. Obviously, I have to get the chair.
Okay.
That was about £60. That was also from Amazon. I had to get my lash tray. That was about £40. That was also from Amazon. Cool. Then I've got to get the glue rings, the spoolies, the lip brushes, and anything other accessory. That was about £200. You've got to get the things that you put on the pillow so like cross contamination doesn't get on each client. That's about what I still have to buy these two that day. So it's like what, £10 a month maybe.
Yeah.
And lash trays. I feel like startup price roughly with everything. Do I include my course?
Include your course.
Because my course was £550. So roughly, maybe startup cost was about £1,000. Adding everything in, and I didn't even
but you
pay
know
rent.
what? That sounds about right.
Yeah.
I would say literally starting, you literally have to look at it as an investment.
Yeah.
You literally have to look at it as an investment.
Word.
You're just like, it's £1,000, but one day I'll be charging
But I
£60 per
promise
set,
you-
and it will come back.
But I promise you, I did not do all of that at once.
No.
I maybe bought every lash bed 1 month, chair next month, everything.
A lot of Klarna.
You get it? A whole lot of Klarna. But
Klarna.
you know what? At the start, when I had everything, but I didn't have certain things, I would do travel to use. I would go to them because I was like, cool. I was still even in the position, like, where am I going to lash until I started to think, like, cool. I had my lash bed here, my actual bed there. As long as it was clean and tidy, do you get it? Like, I'm not going to get it.
People know what. This is something that I would say to maybe beginners, where you kind of want everything to be so perfect when you're first starting. You want everything. I'll even tell you, I had the whole studio set up. I had everything ready for my first client, and I thought it was perfection. Client walks in, oh, where should I hang up my coat? Forgot coat hooks. It's like you can never have the perfect.
You can't have just
startup. You can never have the perfect startup, but it's just like you honestly have to build gradually, and it's like your prices and stuff reflect where you are at, and people know what they're coming for. So it's just like if you're spending £100 on a lash set, you kind of know what you're coming for, versus if you're spending £15, you kind of know what you're coming for. So that's that. How long would you say it took you to become profitable? So I'm gonna say you were able to pay all your bills, your personal bills, and have a decent amount of spare money for yourself.
So I've been lashing for 2 years. I'm going to be so honest, 1.5 years. It's only recently.
But that's really good.
Yeah, it's only recently that I've been like, all right, cool. Like, I've got my money. I'm not like struggling. Like, I'm steady.
So you're saying like after about 6 months in?
No, a year and 6 months.
A year and 6 months.
A year and 6 months.
Well, that's so real because I think it took about. Let me see. I've been doing this since on and off. Well, like I've only been full time since last year, but I've been doing it like with work. Maybe last year then. About last year, and that was about 2 years in, about a year and a half in. Yeah. You have to have some type of other income before going into full time.
You know when people start a business and they're like, I'm gonna quit my 9 to 5. Don't you dare.
Don't you dare.
Don't you dare.
And do you know what? Maybe this is an unpopular opinion. When you are doing a 9 to 5 and you're doing a beauty business, when you're first starting, don't copy everyone else and do out of hour charge. You take them clients when they want it. And if you're free and that client wants you at that time, Go and do that, client.
Don't start doing too much.
That's been doing it for 3 years when they've got out of hour fees and Sunday charges and
not
stuff.
To be rude, but you do not have you haven't been doing a business for that long to even think you can charge prices. At this point,
none of
you're
that.
a beginner. You need all the clients you can get. Now, as you're a beginner, and then you think, cool, your work's not going to be A11, and then you want to be charging out of hours and this, that, and the other.
No.
Don't do that.
When first start,
don't do that.
I would wax any time them clients wanted me.
I remember.
It'll be one client a week, so you better make sure that one client is perfect.
And you're looking forward to it.
Oh my gosh, because do you know what? The most frustrating thing is when you feel like you've got the skill and it's almost like girls are very loyal to who they're with, which works in your favor when you're more established. Yeah. So I've got clients now, they've been with me every single month for over a year straight. Yeah. Works in my favor now. They're so loyal, but how hard is it to get them in when everyone else is so loyal? Do you know what I mean?
And remember, these days, it's all about social media.
Oh yeah, we're going to get into that. We're going to get into that. I'm going to ask you in terms of that one, what was your biggest financial mistake, would you say?
Buying troves off of other people. Because when you really calculate and you go to China, and you go to the vendors and you see how much the vendors are selling it for, then you go and you see how much someone else, like they've got their own brand, so they're selling their name basically. Okay. 4 times more.
Okay. So that's your biggest mistake you would say when you started?
Let's be real, Lash trays from China, when you like retail price, $3.50, but you're charging what? £14-15 for one lash tray. Okay. That's what? 4 times more. I would always say, get your own product line, because people, then they can pay they're paying for your name. Yeah. You have the right to increase it by 4 times 3 by anything, because they're buying your name.
No, that makes sense. And that makes a lot of sense actually. So let's get into best booking site you've used and payment processors and why.
Okay, so I've always used activity scheduling. That's where your appointments come up. I've just always used it because that's the first site that I figured out. But payment processor, I do use SumUp, but the one that I use the most. So SumUp is like a bank account. Yeah. It's not a payment processor, but you can send payment links.
So basically, when you have a booking site, you book through a booking site. Yeah. So that can be Acuity, Treatwell, Fresher, any of them. When you guys pay deposit, it goes through a payment processor. Yeah. So that on Acuity, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, it can be Stripe, Square, or PayPal.
Yeah, 100%.
One of the 3. It can be. So you then create an account with one of the 3. So I also do Stripe. Yeah. You do Stripe. So then what happens is when you guys pay a deposit, Stripe takes out, or again, correct me if I'm wrong, 1.5% and 20p. And then,
well, I don't know the percent, but I think they my deposits are £20. They maybe take about 40p each.
Right. Yeah. So it's like whatever the deposit is, I believe, I'm gonna look it up, but it is 1.5%, and then they take an extra 20p, and then it will pay out into your business bank account, which is SumUp. Yeah. So the SumUp is a business bank account. I've had a few people say that they've used Metal. I think that's by NatWest. Some people use SumUp. I've used SumUp in the past. Some people use Revolut. Monzo Business, Starling Business, SumUp. They've got a whole range of different bank accounts. And then what will happen is Stripe will either pay it out into your bank account, I think after about 5 days, or you can do fast payment, like fast track it, and they will take out an extra fee.
You can't. There's only, so say you make a new account on Stripe, you can't immediately make instant payments for around 3 to 4 months.
Yes. I only got that, I think, a few months ago.
Literally.
So that's another thing. But you can get it paid out into your account instantly once you've been using it for a while. Yeah. But if not, it will come into your account within 5 days or after about 5 days.
But also, if you keep accumulating up disputes, it will lock your account and You
There's
will
that
backdate
too.
and they will take that feature away from you. They will also put a fee in place. If you're entitled to your deposit, you're going to get it back. But you do get sometimes as clients.
Yeah.
Let's just not even go.
Yeah.
But when they do raise a dispute, as soon as I send my policy that they have agreed to, by placing this deposit, you are agreeing. Stripe will always be in your favor because you have the policy right there.
It's
you
just
send
about
in the
making
evidence.
sure you've always got evidence for everything that you're doing. Evidence for absolutely everything. So this section now, I can't even talk on because I'm not even nowhere near there yet. But one thing people will definitely recognize you for is your social media presence.
Yeah.
As you have managed to get over 35,000 followers on Instagram. So I want to talk about growth, visibility, and how much social media really plays a role into building a successful beauty business. Because if you talk to older beauticians that are always booked, they'll be like, social media it's not important.
They're more
talk to the new school is like social media is everything.
Yeah.
So let's start off with how you grew your social media to 35,000 followers.
Okay, so really and truly, I just blew up because I found my niche. One piece of advice I'll give to everybody: find your niche. Stop trying to copy everybody else. Stop trying to be good at a billion things at once. Find that one thing and stick to it. We all know I'm a 420 Lash tech. I smoke with my clients. That's my niche. You want people to know, cool, yeah, you're talking about that girl who smokes. You know they're talking about me. Okay. You want to be cool. You know that girl that gives out a Dior lip gloss every month. You want people to talk about you and be like, yeah, that's Olivia. Yeah. You want to find your niche. You want to be doing a lash set. Before they've even seen your name, they can, that's HERCLINIQUE, because that's the way that she lashes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So what content worked for you early on into your journey? So you found your niche. Mm-hmm. What content really got up there?
I've got personality, so I was making funny content, relatable content. On my business page, you kind of have to make it relatable to all business owners. I will make videos about makeup, nails, this, that, and the other. Yeah. I won't just keep it to lashes because my page is a business page, and I know a lot of other just makeup artists and other people just do follow me. I have to relate to them so that as soon as I'm posting,
so you've got an audience from different directions.
So say that I'm just talking about lateness with clients. Every single business owner has experienced that. They can all relate. Now, when I post relatable content, more people repost it, more people add it to their story. That's more exposure because now it's gone out of my hands. Now, followers that don't even follow me but follow the next person who's reposted on their story is now coming back to me. Yeah. Okay. I would say relatable content all the way.
Okay. No, that's good because even this section, this is not where I'm at with social media, so it's good for me to hear too. How long will you take it actually took? So let's say the first 1,000 to now, is it about 36,000?
So I really went from 1,000 to 10,000 to 20,000 to 30,000. I went really quick. I blew that post. I posted my 420 that I'm a 420 Lash tag got about 8.6 million. And that boosted me. Okay. And I had about 3 videos that hit a mil at one time. Yeah. And that pushed me to 20K. And then since then,
it just got you there. It's just constantly climbed and climbed. Right. What would you say when you're doing social media? What matters more, consistency or quality?
Oh, consistency. Because you know what? It's always the quality ones that you're taking so much time and effort and making it so aesthetic. No one wants to like it. But when you post something so foolish.
Oh, that's the truth. That's true.
When you post something so foolish and you're looking so bummy, now everybody wants to blow it up. Okay. I look back at the videos that have blown up and it's I look so bummy, and you lot just, what are you doing?
Yeah. I hear it.
But another piece of advice I would give is don't care what anyone says. There's always going to be some people that like you. There's always going to be some people that don't like you.
Yeah.
That when I first started, and everyone gets hate. I used to try to be battling everybody in the comments until I started to realize I can't reply to everybody. Yeah. And I just took it as you're just miserable. Do you get it? If you can come on a profile and comment something really horrible and bad about someone who's jogging and really doing their best, you're just miserable. And you have to have a thick skin. Someone's gonna point out something and make it an insecurity of you that you didn't even know that you had. I must have posted a video the other day. Everyone's talking about, look at your hairy arms. I didn't even know.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that my arms were that hairy.
Oh gosh, and this is the fear that most people have when it comes to the internet. Like even this podcast alone, I thought of this idea 2 years ago, and it's only now that it's been executed because I'm just like, do you know what?
Go for it.
Just do it.
You're gonna have these people that hate.
It. Yeah, that's.
But I promise you, more people, the love will outgrow the hate. You just need to look at them like, okay, cool.
In terms of your business, what has worked better for you? Social media or word of mouth?
I would say at start it was social media. You have to keep posting, gaining your clientele. But after that, and then I found my niche, it was then word of mouth because I do quite a specific thing. There's not really another business owner that smokes with their client.
No, there's not. Not because it's like what you're taught in beauty therapy.
Yeah,
literally anything you wanted. They're like, keep your lashes short, no nails, no
but
this.
You know,
so professional.
Do you get it? And then there's me. I smoke. My nails are usually XXXL. Do you get it?
Yeah.
Like I defied the odds. Do you get it?
And this is the beauty of doing your own thing. Yeah. It's just like, as long as you're keeping up with hygiene standards and you're doing
100%.
You know, the fundamentals in terms of the little rules of how you want to dress or how this. It's up to you.
Yeah,
it's up to you. It's completely up to you.
Honestly.
So this part of the podcast is called The Reason Behind the Rule.
Yeah.
So this is a segment that I want to introduce and is looking at client policies. So a lot of people, especially us being from the UK, hairstylists in particular, but as a whole, beauticians get a lot of backlash in terms of policies.
Yeah.
Now, us as beauticians, we know that a lot of our policies have been put in place because of a trauma. Like, let's just keep it real. Something has happened during an appointment where we're like, you're joking, and then we've had to change a policy or create a policy. So what I've done is I've gone on your page and I've looked up one of your policies, and then I just basically want you to explain why you put it there and the reasoning behind it. So the policy I chose from your page is late fees. So it says you have a 10-minute grace period. Any later than 10 minutes and you will be charged. 10 minutes late is a £10 fee. 15 minutes late is a £20 fee. And any time after that, you have the right to cancel their appointment and you'll be charged the £45 cancellation fee.
Yeah.
So just basically, just explain to the audience what made you create that policy, why it's there, how it affects the business and why it's there.
Now, one thing that I do want to highlight is fees should never be an extra stream of income. Fees should be there as a deterrent to stop your clients from doing certain things. If you didn't have as we're talking about late fee, if you didn't have a late fee in place, a client could swing up 40 minutes late and you really can't say anything because you don't have a late fee in place. That has now disturbed everything. So cool, I put in my policy, you will be charged if you are late because that actually deters a lot of clients from being late. So yeah, it's a deterrent. Some clients are late and I do understand that, but I feel like I've given you a grace period. So I've not just been like, cool, if you're not here bang on 10, you're going to be charged. You do deserve a grace period. But after 10 minutes, you do realize that starts going into the next client. I know a lot of people are saying our business owners shouldn't be boom, boom, boom. But if I'm able to be boom, 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 next client, next client, next client, then why can't I? Just because you decided to be late.
Yeah.
Now, with the cancellation fee, I do feel cool. According to the Consumer Rights Act 2015, you are not allowed to charge a client the full price of the service. That is illegal. But you can charge a fee. The fee has to be reduced of the actual price. So £45, that is the fee that your card will get charged, but that's lateness. If you're over 20 minutes late and I can't take you, you will be charged the cancellation fee. And then if you just no show, you will be charged the cancellation fee. Now that itself, we have now lost money because you didn't turn up.
Literally, my favorite analogy is imagine going to work and then you get to work and they're like, yeah, we don't need you. Oh, actually, I haven't got nothing for you to do today. Go home. I'm not paying you for today. Even though you've made your journey, you've set up for work and you're ready to start.
Yeah.
It affects everything. No, it actually affects what you're trying to do. Yeah.
Now, I know some people are going to comment and be like, yeah, but you're home-based. I still woke up. I could have been sleeping. Thank you.
Right. Okay, so let's talk about customer service. This is a big thing within the beauty industry. Now, when people qualify differently and people begin their business differently, when I was in college, there's literally, you take an exam on customer service. It is called client care and communication. And it will literally be like, what should you do if a client comes in late and there's so many different questions in terms of like real life beauty salon scenarios. And you kind of got that training, plus you do work experience and stuff like that. So where do you feel like you gained your skill? Did you gain it from your previous jobs, or did you take a course, or how did it go for you?
Okay, so I can say that I learned it from previous jobs. Also, I used to work in hospitality that requires a lot of customer service. I used to also work with the elderly that requires a lot of personal and customer service. But I did take a customer service course. Can't remember the name, but it really like opened my eyes into certain things that you may not think is rude, but a client, like, you need to be very sure about that, because you don't know who you're servicing, you don't know who you're coming across. Someone could be like, ha ha ha, that's so funny, and another person could be like, yeah, that's rude, I'm gonna shoot you.
You definitely need to know how to personality switch between your clients. I'm not going to, the conversations I have with my 20-year-old clients are not the conversations I have with my 50-year-old clients.
Even to the point where like my playlist, if I usually have like my class is usually, I would say 18 to even 35. But I do get the old baddies, that want to come through. That's perfectly fine. But one, I need to make sure that, first of all, my house don't smell of weed. Because, do you get it? Second of all, I need to make sure I'm putting on like normal music. Can't be listening to those sexy reds.
Exactly. It's
because
very
I feel like they take their maintenance very seriously.
But you know what? Even me, I'm a huge dancehall babe. I don't want to go to my lash appointment and hear dancehall. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just feel like when it comes to your beauty space, we have to understand this. People come to their appointments for different reasons. You got overworked mums that just want 2 seconds for themselves and just want to watch a show, or they just want to have,
and they just want to fall asleep,
or they just you got people that are like juggling this and that, and they're just like, do you know what, you got people going through relationship problems and they just want to chat and debrief.
That's what I know it is.
Because
some people, they want to sleep, some people they want to chat.
This is it, because you become a neutral person they see often. So sometimes,
and remember, deep it, we are scheduled in maybe you say once a month, me, Lashes, maybe once every 2 weeks. You see me on a schedule more than you see your friends.
Exactly.
You may see your friends once in a while, but I'm scheduled in
every month.
You need your maintenance done.
Exactly.
I probably know more than your friends now.
A lot of the time, people don't want to talk to their family and friends because it's too close to them. So sometimes when you got that person that you feel comfortable with, and I see you every once a month, so you're not constantly messaging me for an update and stuff. I can just kind of tell you what I want, bits and pieces. Your advice is neutral because you don't know who's who. Your space becomes a comfortable space for them too. So you have to be very mindful of the music you're playing. You have to be very mindful of how you're talking.
But that also comes under reading people. I feel as if when someone steps into your studio, into your space, you need to kind of know what type of vibe they're on.
You can make life easier and put in your bookings like, I don't do a silent appointment, doing a music, doing a TV show. But people change their mind. Do you know how many clients have ticked, I want a silent appointment, and they've chatted the whole way. and you know what? You enjoyed it because it's all about them. In their appointment, it's all about how they feel. Do you know how many times I've been like, something's happened, I've got the worst phone call. Even prime example, I failed one of my driving tests, went straight to work after. I was not in the mood, and I still said, hi, I'm Olivia, I'm your beauty therapist for today.
Do you know how
you show up? 100%. Regardless,
feelings don't really matter, because you're providing a service to somebody. You may not want to talk, but you're gonna have to engage in this part of the job.
Consider it part of the job. It's not an easy part of the job. But
it's something that we can all relate to.
Oh, 1,000,000%. So just to wrap up this section here, what is the step-by-step? So fine, you've decided you want to be a waxer, lash tech, a hairstylist, whatever. You've decided I'm going to be in a studio at home. Cool. That section is fine. That is now secure. and you're maybe waiting to set up your house or you're waiting for the studio to be ready.
Mm-hmm.
In your journey, what was next?
Insurance.
Insurance. What insurance do you recommend? I've always used Salon Gold.
ABT.
ABT, that's another good one.
And you know what? It was actually I got like money off because when I did my brow course, it was I don't know.
Oh, they were connected. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So some places do that. A couple courses do that. When I did lashes and I did a lash course, theirs was also connected to another insurer. I cannot remember the name, but I could have got a discount code. How much do you pay for the year?
Maybe like 100 and no, sorry.
My insurance is £56 a year.
Yeah, mine is about £170.
170.
Yeah.
So it obviously varies. They'll ask you a whole set of questions. You know, how long have you been doing it? What are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Are you home based? Are you studio based? I'll ask you a whole bunch of questions. My insurance was about, I think it was £54 the first year, £56 this year for the year.
That's not bad.
No, it's not bad. I've always used Salon Gold. And I've never had any issues. Thank God I've not had to call them up for anything.
Yeah.
So we thank God for that. But yeah, do not start any treatment without insurance.
Mm-hmm.
That's a second.
Mm-hmm.
Do not start without insurance. Insurance is
because if somebody comes to you and you might make mistakes can be made. But if you don't have insurance and a mistake is made and they report you, that is digging you an even deeper hole. Yeah.
Right. So we've got place, we've got insurance. What's next? Would you say equipment?
Yeah, equipment.
Equipment's next. So that varies between treatment to treatment.
Yeah.
That varies between treatment to treatment. We've done equipment. What's next?
I would say launching the social media because you've got everything now. You need to launch that social media.
Do you know what? I would say with social media, something that I wish I did, and I did it for this time around when I was looking for my current studio. Mm-hmm. I wished I filmed my journey from the start.
Oh, yeah.
I saw a girl on TikTok. Mm-hmm. She literally was making content from her just scrolling on Amazon to order equipment. Mm. This girl, by the time she was ready to take her first client, had 4,000 followers. By the time she was ready to take her first client, just because she picked up the camera and said, I want to start my lash business, nail business. It's going to be called this, and that. I'm on Amazon. Oh, guys, next video. My order came today. Literally, film everything.
Because do not think. I promise that your friends may not support you, but I promise you the strangers will. Strangers will support you.
My friends have only ever gotten a wax from me if I was like, just give me a $5 for it, and because I just need content, or it's been like within the last year, and I've been doing this for about 3 years, 3 years or so, full-time last year, but about 2-3 years, something like that, and they really come this year. Clients, they won't even repost you sometimes.
Yeah.
Clients, repost. Clients, oh my gosh, my sister's coming. Yeah. Oh, let me take your business card. I'm going to give it to my colleague. Yeah. Biggest supporters are going to be your clients.
But don't take it to heart. Don't take it to heart.
No, just clock it and keep it stepping, because I feel like every beautician can agree with that. I think every beautician can agree with that.
It's all about the hype. When they see, oh my God, everybody's coming to my friend. Yeah, that's
And then let's not talk about discount.
Do you know what? Yeah.
Maybe this isn't even something. Maybe they think, I don't know what the mindset is, but
it's being entitled. I'm not saying being entitled, and it is, you don't respect my business, because if you did respect my business, that stranger's paying me, tipping me, and you're my brethren, you're my friend, and you're supposed to be, and you're asking for a discount.
Yeah.
Do you get it? If a stranger can pay full price, so can you. And when you don't give them a discount, and then let's not even mention, if you went to somebody else, you'd be paying full price.
Oh yeah. Do you know what's so funny? I had a friend one time when I was doing lashes. Fine, I wasn't the best lash tech. In fact, I got a couple bad set. But I got to a place where I was doing all right. This girl literally was on the phone to me, was like, I was in West Norwood at the time, and was like, oh, I'm struggling to look for a lash tech next week. Oh, I'm looking like in the West Norwood area and I don't know who to go to.
That happened with me once.
And I was like, you know what? Oh, is it? And it's just like,
You know I do
You
lashes.
know I do lashes in West Norwood, and you're on the phone to me telling me you can't find a lash tech in West Norwood.
Yeah, it's always last minute. They can't find anyone. Can you fit me in? At this point, no, I can't.
Literally, maybe if you've watched the whole video, you will kind of see us discussing how difficult a startup is. But if you're on the friend side of thing, the biggest thing you can do for your friend, supporting wise, is if you decide to get a service with them, pay in full price. Because just because you've come in, supplies are the same cost. Everything is the same cost, and it's so difficult.
And do you know
what? It's so difficult.
Even if they aren't charging you, a little bit of content exposure. Go see by sis, she did my lashes. Look at that. That's the least
exactly. And then fine, you don't want to get your nails done, your lashes done, whatever, and you don't feel comfortable being on the internet. Reposting, share, put it here.
It's free.
And that's the biggest help, because you don't know who needs what. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's the biggest help. So yeah, so we sidetracked. So you got your studio, we've got our insurance, we've got our equipment, we've got our content now, filming around, and after that, just prayers.
Yeah. Real life prayers.
You move in, you're filming your content, you've got everything set up.
And you will have setbacks. And you will lose followers, and you will gain
and
followers.
Something will always break.
Something
will always break. Yeah.
I must have been, oh my God, I must have been like sitting on my lash chair. I don't know if my bubbles got too big, but I'll like it just collapse.
Something will always break, or you'll constantly need an upgrade, or something will happen.
But in the end, keep consistent and you will make it.
What would you say is the best part about being self-employed?
We've got a lot of
cons, but what's our pros? Let's be positive.
Going on holiday whenever you want. Now, don't get it wrong. I don't go on holiday too much because I do realise that my clients still need me, so I can't be 100%. Gone for too long.
See, that's the beauty of waxing. Yeah. They only need me once a month. Yeah. So I'm like, guys, I'm going around the town.
Well, you lot just
we'll get 2 weeks off. You don't need me to back anyway. Yeah, that's the pro of waxing. That's the pro of waxing.
It's the financial freedom, and it's the fact that, cool, next Wednesday, I don't want to work. And there is nobody telling me that I have to.
Yeah. Okay. And con. I'll tell you the only con I think really bothers me. Winter. Oh, no. I would even say winter's always a quiet season, because Christmas is actually quite good. I would say September, back to school, people always ditch their waxes because it's back to school, or mums are preparing their kids for back to school. Waxes is the last thing because people can't see it. Hair, lashes, nails, that's things people can see. Do you know what I mean? So a lot of the time I find that waxing gets put on the back burner when it comes to like back to school time. So let's say September, early October is a little bit of a quiet season. In my old job, when there was quiet seasons and I was waxing all 2 clients for like 10-minute appointments and 2 clients a day, and the girls were taking naps and all sorts, my check remains regardless. 100. I'm still getting paid by the hour. Now you're getting 2 clients a day for 10-minute treatment. I'm panicking. I'm absolutely panicking. So I would say the only con that I can always think of first when someone asks me when it comes to being self-employed is the fact that your check is not consistent. I don't make this set amount every single month. It really does. You'll get like you'll get a happy medium. Like I get roughly this. 1 month it might be £100 less, or it might be £400 more. But you'll get like a happy medium eventually. But those quiet times, I do miss when it was like I could have fully booked or 1 client a day. My check is the same. Yeah, that's the only thing I would say I miss, or not miss, but. You know, that's the only thing that, like, if someone says what's a difficult part about being self-employed, that's the only part I would, you know.
I feel like my con is I'm not burnt out, and I still love my job. But back then it was a lot more fun. Yeah. It was a lot more fun.
I would say even starting this podcast has given me that same dopamine hit that I had for when I started waxing. Nothing hits when you start your business, your first fully booked day, but it's like, it does become, this is my job, especially when it becomes very repetitive. You know what you're doing. There's no like, oh my gosh, when I did it this time, that technique worked so much better. You've got your technique now. You know how to do it like the back of your hand. I could wax it in my sleep.
And this is why
it becomes work. It's just work.
Do you know what I mean? Holidays are like,
the breaks are necessary, and don't worry
because if you get burnt out, I promise you, I guarantee your clients can see it. You know, some people will go to a hairstylist and be like, "Do you like doing your job?" No. Why? Your clients should never
your customer
know
service
that.
and your work reflects that.
Do you get it?
Don't get us wrong. We love our jobs.
Oh, we love our jobs.
I love waxing.
Way.
We're human,
Yeah.
and it feels like work. So, as a business owner, I think a lot of us, the ultimate goal is financial freedom and just freedom in general, just to, you know, get up and do this, and money is still being made, and you know, just having different streams of income, having the freedom. It's a freedom type of thing. Yeah. So I've seen that you've done content days, training, selling product, celebrity bookings. What does the future hold for HERCLINIQUE, and how has Lashing created other avenues of income for you? Because now, really and truly, let's be honest, your income's not solely on the lash bed.
Lashing. And if I could give people advice, hairstylists behind the chair of anything that you're doing, you will not become a millionaire. You need to be making money without your hands. You need to be making money in your sleep. Do you get it? First of all, once you know how to lash, cool. There's handmade strips. Second of all, ebooks. Third of all, training. All of that.
Think about what you needed when you started.
Extra incomes.
This has been a lovely conversation. I think there is so much in here that people will learn from. But before we finish, I've got one question. What's one piece of advice you'd give to an aspiring lash tech starting? So she might be looking into her course, or just done her course, let's say. He or she just done her course. What's the first thing?
Find your niche. Niche in everything.
How do you find it?
It really is to do with what you like. So me, I like volume lashes. I like mega lashes. So I'm not going to enjoy.
Oh, you like to smoke?
Yeah. So I've incorporated everything in my business. Incorporate something in your business that you like. Don't make it seem like a chore. Me, when I smoke with my clients, it seems less like a chore. It seems more like
because that's what you like to do and how you like to interact with people.
Yeah, 100%. But you want to find your niche. Don't try and do everything all at once. Don't try and even do 100 things at different times. Find that one thing that you're good at and stick to it. And I promise you, people will start noticing you for that thing, and you'll be all right.
No, that's good. Honestly, thank you so much for coming on today.
Oh, it's okay.
And being so open. I really appreciate it. So for anyone watching or listening, I'll leave all of Natasha's details of HERCLINIQUE in the link below. Yeah. And so make sure you go and check her out. And if you enjoyed this episode today, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye.